Hi guys, in the previous video we have learnt about the HTML media controls like video, audio, object and embed tags. So in this video we will learn some theoretical theory about HTML5's local storage, application cache and web workers. So first let's start with the local storage. So HTML5 storage helps the web pages to store data in the local machine, local user's machine, and using the HTML5 storage, we can store a large amount of data. Unlike cookies, where cookies can save only a minimum amount of data up to 5 MBs, and then each time the cookies needs to be sent to the server and it needs to be written back, but in the case of storage, it is not the case, and we have two types of storage, that is local storage and session storage. The local storage, once stored, will never expire, but the session storage will expire after the session ends. So we can see a sample. So let us have a div here with id some xyz, and xyz, and for storage thing we can use the scripts. It's a JavaScript. Uh, so we can check whether the storage is supported in the browser or not. So we can say if type of storage not equal to undefined, then we can say like local storage dot set. You have to if you want to set some variable in the local storage, then you have to say set item, and then you have to give the name, say like my name, and then you can give a value as in like t, and then you can assign it to the div by using document dot get element by id, which will id is in our case is xyz dot inner html is, we have to get this local storage item. So we will say local storage dot get item of whatever the name you have given, like in our case it is my name. Yep. So otherwise in the else statement we can say that it is not supported, storage is not supported, storage not supported. So now this will so this is how it works, and for removing what we need to do is yeah, for remove, instead of set item you have to say local storage dot remove item, and you have to give the name only. So it will take only one attribute. You have to give I'll show you. So the syntax is local storage, you have to remove the item called my name, you have to say remove item. So this is about the storage, and next we regarding application cache. Application cache will be very useful when the web application is cached, and then you can load it even without any internet connection, that is in the offline mode. So what are all the advantages of application cache is like you can do offline browsing. So some main major contents which do not want repeated server inputs can be cached so that the speed can increase, and then since we cache those items in the first time, and then we do not request the server repeatedly, it will reduce the load on the server. So these are all the advantages of the application cache. So for the application cache to work, so what you have to do is like you have to define a manifest in the HTML tag as an attribute. So you have to create a file with your name, my cache file, some name, and then you have to say with the extension app cache. So we have to define this. If you don't define this, then application cache will not work. So you have to define the manifest attribute to enable the application cache. So in this document you have to, we can define three sections, as in like cache manifest, network, and fallback. So the cache manifest section, we have to give the documents such as the CSS or some scripts. If you, whatever the names that you are giving under the cache manifest section will be cached. So once we hit the server for the first time, those files will be downloaded from the server and it will be cached, and it will not request the server again to get those files. And the second one is the network section. So whatever the files that you are specifying under the network section will never be cached, because those are some sensitive information like login forms and passwords should not be cached. So we have to define those things under the network section, so it will never be cached, and for every time it will request the server to get it. And the third section is the fallback section, and for some reasons if that page is can't accessible, then we can define some default HTML page which it will load in the offline mode. So the word of caution regarding the cache is like we have to be very careful like what we are caching, because it will never expire and it will be stay on the system. So the only it will get cleared when the manifest is modified, or the user clear the cache in their system, or if the cache is being updated programmatically. So these, other than these three ways, that the cache will never get cleared. So we have to be very careful on that. So I repeat that. So the app cache will get cleared only when the user clear the cache, or the manifest got modified, or the cache updated programmatically. And the next thing is web workers. So for the web workers are nothing but they are JavaScripts. So you can write your own JavaScript, and then you can, so many JavaScripts will make your page or unresponsive, because if it is a huge JavaScript, sometimes the page become unresponsive until unless the JavaScripts execute completely. But web workers are also JavaScript, but which will not affect your action on the web pages. So you can go and click buttons and do all those stuffs. um, so the syntax for to define the web workers is like you can take some var variable, and then you can say new worker of your JavaScript. So say like abc.js, and then this is how you initialize the worker, and then worker dot on message is the another important thing. It is a inside which you can describe it as a function. On listening this method, it will we can execute something like counting or something else in the background, so which will run here. And when you want to terminate the worker, then you can, the syntax is to worker dot terminate. So these web workers will be much useful like when you want to perform some actions in the background without affecting the user's flow. So these are the things like it is pretty much a theory like but we can have a knowledge about it, and then we can implement whenever we are working on the big projects using the storage, application cache, and web workers. In the next video, let's learn about HTML SVG tag. Thank you.